Hi, I am Swarupa Said, course instructor for Geotechnical Engineering 2. In this presentation, we will learn about under-reamed pile. Under-reamed piles are the most and economical foundation in expansive soil, that is black cotton soil. So usually in places where there exists expansive soil, like for example black cotton soil, under-reamed piles are used. These are bored cast in situ concrete piles which will have bulb-shaped enlargement near the base. So here in this figure we can see that there is uniform cross-sectional area of the pile till certain depth, and then there is enlarged portion which is provided at certain intervals. So this enlarged portion at the bottom or at the midpoint is known as under-ream or bulb. In this figure we can see that there are two bulbs being provided, and these under-reamed piles are made from RCC. If the pile has single bulb, then it is called as single reamed pile, and if the pile has two bulbs as shown in the figure, then it is called as double reamed pile, and if there are more than two bulbs, it is referred to as multiple under-reamed pile. The diameter of the pile is 20 to 50 centimeters. So diameter D of the pile can range from 20 to 50 centimeter. Whereas the bulb diameter, which is referred by DU, will be equal to 2 to 3 times the diameter of the pile. So DU will be, that is from the center of the bulb on one side to the center of the bulb on the other side, will be equal to 2 to 3 times the diameter of the pile. So here also in this figure we can see that D is the diameter of the pile, which is 20 to 50 centimeter, and the bulb diameter, that is DU, will be equal to 2.5 times the diameter, because the range is from 2 to 3. So here diameter of the bulb is provided as 2.5 times the diameter of the pile. The pile length can be 3 to 8 meter, and the spacing between the two piles will be 2 to 4 meter. In this figure we can see that this is single under-reamed pile because there is only one bulb, and here there are two bulbs, so it is called as double under-reamed pile, and here we can see that there are three bulbs, so it is multiple under-reamed pile, or can also be referred to as 3 bulb under-reamed pile. The spacing between two bulbs, that is the center to center distance between the two bulbs, ranges from 1.25 to 1.5 times the bulb diameter, that is DU. And the load carrying capacity of the pile is 20 to 40 ton, and the volume of under-reamed pile depends on the diameter of the pile and also the size of the bulbs. And this pile can be installed both in sandy and clayey soils. It is 15 to 20% cheaper than the strip footing. So under-reamed pile is more cheaper compared to strip footing, as the less material will be required for its construction, since the diameter of the shaft will be lesser. Digging is normal, so the work is carried out for any time of the year. There is no backfilling required for this pile, and shoring is also not required. And even the dewatering is not to be done in case of construction of under-reamed pile. The load carrying capacity of the under-reamed pile can be increased by putting more bulbs, by increasing the diameter of the bulb, that is the under-ream, and it can also be done by increasing the length of the pile, and finally by providing proper reinforcement. So all these factors will lead to increase in the load carrying capacity of the under-reamed pile. Now coming to the construction of under-reamed piles, the machinery for under-reamed piles is developed by CBRI Roorkee, and the machine is very easy to use and also it is light in weight. Here in this figure we can see three tools which are used to form bulbs while constructing under-reamed pipe. So first one is the spiral auger, second is under-reamer, and third one is boring guide. Here in this first figure we can see the spiral auger. Initially the hole or bore for under-reamed pile is done by using the spiral auger. And this auger consists of special cutter at the bottom to dig the bore. The soil that is dug will be taken out of the bore with the help of the bucket. And here we can see the under-reamer. In the closed position, the under-reamer fits inside the straight section. That means here we can see that the under-reamer is being expanded. But initially, till it reaches to this depth, it will be in closed position so that it fits inside the straight section of the pipe. And once the required depth is reached, the under-reamer expands in order to form the bulbs. And once the earth is excavated on both sides, that dug earth will be removed out with the help of the bucket. And here in this figure we can see the boring guide which shows us the under-reamed bulb. This is the reinforcement being inserted. Once the reinforcement is installed, concreting will be done. So we already have seen that the special cutters have to be used for making the bulb, and the diameter of the bulb can be increased by applying more pressure, that is excess pressure. Then after reaching the sufficient depth, this auger will be taken out, that is it will be pulled out from the bore, and later on the reinforcement will be inserted and finally the concreting will be done. Now we will find out the applications of under-reamed pile. As black cotton soil has a property that gets expanded as it comes in contact with moisture or water, and it gets contracted as it is dried out. So when there is expansive soil, like for example black cotton soil, usually under-reamed piles are preferred because the soil usually gets expanded when it comes in contact with water, and later on it shrinks when it gets dried out. Because of this expansion and contraction, there will be cracks which will develop on the structure which will be constructed on this type of soil. So to avoid damage to the structure caused by soil volume change, that is expansion and contraction, the under-reamed pile is used. Sometimes when foundation soil does not have sufficient bearing capacity, in that case also under-reamed piles will be used in order to enhance or increase the bearing capacity. The under-reamed piles are suitable when the water level in sandy soil is high. And here in this figure we can see that the under-reamed pile is being provided for transmission line tower. Usually the transmission line tower will be of a greater height and there will be wind forces which would be acting on it. So due to this there will be movement developed on the interior and exterior piles. So these piles will be subjected to tension and these piles will be subjected to compression. So to take care of these forces, usually the under-reamed piles will be used, which takes care of uplift loads. So due to tension, this pile would try to come upwards, and this upward movement of the pile will be resisted by the bulb which is provided over here. The load carrying capacity of the single under-reamed pile can be found out using the equation which we have already studied under the piles, that is QU equal to QB plus QF, which can again be written as QB into AB plus QS into AS, where QU is the load capacity of an underreamed pile. So it will be the total load acting on the pile, and QB is the load carried out by the end bearing. So usually QB acts over here at the end of the bearing and also at the bottom surface of the bulbs. So QB is load carried out by the end bearing and also the bulb. QF is the load carried out by skin friction along the length of the pile or along the perimeter of the pile. And QB is the unit point bearing capacity of the bulb, and QS is the unit skin friction. QB is shown over here, which is the unit point bearing capacity of the bulb. QS or QF is nothing but the unit skin friction which acts along the perimeter of the pile. AB is the area of section of the bulb and AS is the surface area of the embedded pile shaft. Thank you.